Hi everyone, this is Chantay. I'm here with my analysis today on Friday, August 28th, 2020. I just want to start off by saying my heart goes out to Chad Boseman and Chadwick Boseman and his family, and may he rest in peace. It's a shocker to all of us because we did not know his struggles and we did not know what was going on with him. We did not know that he was diagnosed with colon cancer and battling it for 4 years. So may Chadwick, with all your accolades, we will always remember you, Mr. Boseman, for Black Panther, for playing Jackie Robinson in 42, to get it on up, with playing James Brown, the five Bloods. My words are tongue because I'm shocked and heartbroken, and I hope you rest in power and rest in peace. And you're in God's hands now, and just rest easy. Rest easy. I'm going to bring some coronavirus numbers to you today because, it is a coronavirus, and we're still battling in the midst of a pandemic. It's been a tough year, a rocky year. We're about to approach the 9th month in a year, and it seems like when we want hope, it seems like hope is so far, and it's so far to reach. But we need to know that God is in the midst of all of it, and without him, things wouldn't have been possible. Most of us have either lost our jobs, lost homes, lost family members due to COVID or due to other illnesses. But we all know, without God, it wouldn't have been possible. He still sits up high and looks low at what we're doing. Whether we obey him or not, God is still in the midst of all of this. So let's get to COVID. Globally, we are at 24,637,475 cases of COVID-19, with our death toll sitting at globally 835,092. Hi, Jamila, how are you? Here in the U.S., we account for a fourth of those cases, so we have 5,912,861, with our death toll at home in the U.S. sitting at 181,748. In Brazil, we have 3.8 million. India is 3.3 million. Russia has 977,730. Now, Peru has inched over South Africa at 621,997. South Africa has 620,132. Colombia has 581,995. Then Mexico has 579,914. And Spain rounds out that top tier of, of 439,286. And Ecuador is 112,141. Dominican Republic has 93,390. Panama has 90,624. Guatemala has 72,921. Honduras has 57,669. El Salvador is at 25,415. Nigeria is at 53,477. I just addressed the breaking news. I just addressed it, and my heart goes out to Chadwick and his family. Cancer is no joke. Hey, Joseph, cancer is no joke. Cancer is real in the field, and we all got to cherish our loved ones that are still here. Some of them that went through crazy sickness that are still here in the midst. So, yeah. God sits up high. He sits on high. With all this stuff, he sits on high, I know. And this COVID situation. Ghana has 43,949. Kenya has 33,690. Cameroon has 19,142. Senegal has 13,384. Gambia has 2,797. And if you just tuned in, the U.S. has 5,912,861 cases of COVID, with the death toll at 181,748. So that's what's just going on in the midst of all of what's happening. Haiti has 8,161. Let's see. Bahamas has 2,057. Jamaica has 1,870. Trinidad has 1,554. Guyana has 1,180. Belize has 870. Barbados has 166. Antigua has 94. St. Vincent has 60. St. Lucia has 24. St. Lucia has 26. Grenada has 24. Dominica has 20. St. Kitts has 17. At home, according to the New York Times COVID map, California has 6,000. Yeah, I just addressed it. It's devastating. Very devastating. My heart goes out to his family. 697,730 for California. Texas has 627,901. Florida has 615,795. New York has 437,426. Georgia has 249,317. Illinois says 232,052. Arizona has 200,694. Jersey has 192,751. North Carolina has 163,154. Tennessee has 142,814. And to round out the top 11, Louisiana has 146,406. Yeah. So, of course, we have no national strategy. I'm not surprised at this. Also, according to ABC News, where is that at? Right here. 4 people tied to the RNC in Charlotte, North Carolina, have all tested positive for COVID-19. Obviously, there was people in Charlotte during the RNC had no mask. You saw it in Washington, D.C. yesterday, which I'm pretty sure is going to be a big COVID outbreak. According to the RNC director, he said, Michael Ahrens, he stated that who tested positive were sent home. And we had diligent safety protocols in place, including testing all attendees before arriving and again upon arrival. But still at the same time, it's like they're following what Donald Trump does. When he wears no mask, and 2020 is just showing us people are leaving here. COVID is still here. And we still have a jacked up man in our White House. Always keep in mind, the White House doesn't belong to the President of the United States. The White House belongs to the people, me and your tax dollars. Always remember that. Do your research. It's the truth. It's the people's house. They're just a temporary resident in there doing a job. That's it. So, of course, I'm not surprised. And it's going to be more COVID tested positive. They're going to increase the cases amongst the U.S. It's the COVID situation, in my honest opinion, it's not going to get better until we get new leadership in the White House. That's why when people talk about why we're voting for Biden and Harris, do your research. Go online. Do your research on their plan. They have a plan to tackle COVID and a black agenda. Period. And as for the jobs report, I didn't really get a full research on it, but over 1 million people did apply for unemployment. It's over 31 million people unemployed. 5.8 million people, 5.9 million people, over 5.9 million people sick with coronavirus. Over 181,000 people are dead, and we still have no national coordinated plan. And Donald Trump is not leading the country, which we're all not surprised. So just let all of that sink in, as I said, every single day since doing this live stream. And I don't do it to get notoriety, even though I appreciate the following. I get it. I do this to educate people and to enlighten people what's going on with COVID. Besides the numbers you see, there are health implications, of course, financial implications, and mental implications that affects everyday Americans. Thank you. I'm not leaving yet. Updates on Jacob Blake. Well, Jacob Blake's father spoke at the march today on Washington, which was really good. Reverend Al Sharpton gave a good speech. Kamala Harris gave a good speech honoring John Lewis. Tape, you can look that up. It was really powering and really riveting. Young people of all ages spoke. Organizations have spoke. Blake's father, who had an interview on CNN, basically said that his son was chained to the bed. And now his son is not chained from the bed no more. He said, and I quote his dad, he said it shows little, his uncle said it shows a little class and compassion the sheriff has for someone that got shot. Just because they had a past criminal record doesn't mean you treat them like trash. He should have never got shot from the beginning. This is why movement of defunding the police is extremely important, even though people oppose it. But these situations with Jacob Blake and George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, which her case is still not solved, are the reasons why these Black Lives Matter, defund the police protests are still going on. And I don't blame the rallying cry. I don't blame the rallying cry behind it. So that's where we are. But yeah, that interview was riveting. It's really good. You can catch it on YouTube. It was, and his father is still at ease and still hurt. His mother is in despair, even though he's fighting for his life. He lost, I could tell right now, he suffered severe injuries and still going through surgery. A damage to his bowels and internal organs and bullet fragments, and in his spine, and a shattered vertebrae. And he's not that big. He's skinny. So what these cops did is they need to be charged, and they need to be in prison for what they did to Jacob. But comparing, contrasting the RNC and to the DNC, everybody know which had better ratings. And it's not just better ratings, what message was given to the American people. The only thing with the Democrats, they should have mentioned the courts, which everything besides democracy, we have our laws, we have our branches. All three branches are up for grabs. Not only the executive branch, but the legislative branch and the judicial branch. So I encourage all of you to do your research. Please, please, please do your research. But now that you know that the DNC was better, now you know who are the nominees. Let's all get out, mobilize, organize, talk to a friend, encourage people to vote. If you have not registered to vote, go to vote.org to register in your state, because your vote matters. And just don't make every presidential election year the year you vote. Vote every year, because state legislators is just as important as federal legislators. I'm going to say that again. State and local legislators are just as important as federal legislators that we elect to the House of Representatives and to the Senate. And the same with our judicial courts. So let that sink in. Until then, you have a great night. Stay prayed up. We may be in a dark place right now just because we lost a star, but we're in the midst of COVID and racial reckoning. And with a jacked up man in our White House, God still sits up on his throne. Always remember that. Always remember. Take that with you. I'll give you coronavirus update numbers over the weekend. You have a great night.